Hello, lovelies, and welcome back to About. This is the show about all the up-and-comers that are within Toronto and beyond. But today, I have a super special guest. This is the Miss Naomi Snieckus. How are you?
I'm very well. It's lovely to be here. Thanks for asking me.
Thank you. You know, it was quite a surprise that you said yes. So I wanted to know, first off, for the audience to let you know, I mean, you've seen her everywhere. I mean, everywhere. So why did you say yes?
You know, why? You know what? Two words: call and mockery. Because call and mockery is one of the most generous people ever in our community.
That's what I've been heard.
And so he makes me want to contribute to the community and to be involved in the community. And so, you have a show that you're excited and you're passionate about it. Obviously, our emails, you were really excited. And so I support that.
You are an actor, a writer, an improviser, a voiceover person, a director.
Dog walker. Really,
Yes,
the list is endless.
What kind of dogs you got?
I got a little cockapoo, Rufus, and then a big golden retriever poodle named Murphy. So, and they're pretty great.
Sweet, yes. I mean, you've done The Kink in My Hair, Degrassi, Regenerous, Little Mouse on the Prairie, She's the Mayor, Being Erica, Winging It, Haven, which I really like that show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
The Listener, and the Peace Resistance of Saw 3D.
I was in Saw 3D. Yes.
That's like a total departure.
Total departure, right?
Because,
so everything else is like funny.
Yeah.
And sometimes dramatic, like The Listener is a dramatic scene, and I was in Alphas, that was a dramatic scene. And then suddenly there's Saw, where it's like gory, just like gore fest.
Yeah, because I saw your night-night scene.
My night-night scene, yes.
Wow, girl. I mean, because most of it, I watch it and just kind of like.
No, it's gross, right?
It was intense.
Yeah.
It wasn't it was just that build-up of it's gonna get you.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe she can be saved, but no, it's gonna get you.
I did not have a voice for 4 days after that.
Wow.
Like literally, I had no voice. I was
Screaming?
like, bah! Yeah, nothing.
Now, do you like more dramatic or versus comedy? Because comedy's kind of like in your
I love comedy, but it's fun to every once in a while do drama to show that you can do that kind of thing. I think that, a good comedian can do drama and a good dramatic actor can do comedy. Okay. I think you have to have both muscles available to you. So.
Now, I mean, because from what I've researched, that your family is not in the entertainment industry at all.
No, although if you talk to my father, that is a sad part of his life that he wasn't allowed to do plays. He's a chemistry professor at Queen's University, and he, he's world renowned. He's like the rock stars of chemistry, and that's what he's been doing. And then my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She was very creative, and
the hardest job on the planet.
Yeah. But I mean, she did it over and above. Like we would come home and she'd have like crafts laid out, or there was always like the tickle trunk full of costumes and things like that. So imagination and creativity were very readily available for us.
So she was really kind of the catalyst of like, let's do our imagination instead of just go outside and play.
It's either that or I'm in the lab with my father playing with dry ice, which was not so fun. So
when you parlayed out of getting out of the house, getting ready for the university, you just like scooped up all your money and you like jetted and went to England?
That's right. That's so funny. Well, my mom's British, so I don't know. I think I was just looking to travel, and I knew I wanted to travel with another reason. So I looked into schools, and there were schools available in England. So I took a summer course in England, and it was great because one of the best ways of exploring a country is by like immersing yourself. And now, with our company, like we travel with our company, it's the best way possible. So I lived in Guildford for a summer and took classes, and I was totally inspired. I came back going, I don't want to be anything else other than an actress because it was so exciting.
You made mention to your troupe, and it is 3-time Canadian Comedy Award winning troupe.
That's right. I didn't mention that. I should always put that in there.
Yes, you should. It's the National Theater of the World.
That's right.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, well, we were going to be the National Theater of the Village, but then we were like, we have nowhere to go. So let's make sure the National Theater of the World.
That's right. Take it over.
We were actually, originally we were the National Theater of Canada, And then we got a cease and desist letter from these lawyers saying, we're the National Theatre of Canada. And we looked it up online, and it was, I don't even know if I can say this on your show, but it said, drag queens talk about their vaginas. And it was all these drag queens that had done a show, and it was called the National Theatre of Canada. So we were like, we're gonna change our name then. That's okay.
Like, nah.
Yeah, weird, right?
You worked the first Canadian.
Oh yeah, the Canadian Screen Awards. Yeah. And then Martin Short hosted that.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, because I went through Second City and I grew up with SCTV, and so all my heroes are like Martin Short and John Candy, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Andrew Martin. And now, just because of the world that I live in, sometimes I get to work with these people, and it like my mind explodes because Martin Short like knows who I am, which blows my mind, right?
That's the same way I feel by you.
Oh well, I think I've got a little bit of distance to go to.
Like, she did, like, you know.
That's right, Martin Short. That's right.
You know, just like, wow. But I mean, you know, those stars, I would actually have to stay up late to get to see SCTV. And
I loved it.
Like,
I know that was it too. We were allowed, right?
Just, I mean,
so funny, but she's still funny. Like she's still like you see her on it. Like she was at the Winnipeg Comedy Festival, and she was like killing it. She's so great.
And that's what is really cool to see, that that's something that if you are passionate about it, you can do it
forever.
Ever.
Yeah.
That's like improvising.
Yeah.
Is that more difficult than scripted?
I think it's just a muscle. Like if people say, how do you do improv, because it looks really difficult, or it should never look difficult, but it's a muscle. So if you, at Second City, we were doing it 6 nights a week, so you end up getting better. You end up not getting precious about your shows, because you might have a really cruddy show one night, and then the next night you go, I'm gonna go back up on that stage, I have to have another show. So so I don't know, I think sketch or scripted is equally as hard, just a different muscle. You know, you have to find your way through both things.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And you're on Mr. D.
I am.
Which I totally dig.
Thank you.
And you're also on the panel for George Strombo, which I absolutely adore him. He's like my silent mentor.
Oh, he's great. He's I really enjoy working with him, and he's smart and funny, and so he's so present and curious. He's a really good guy.
I like his interview style, that it goes back to, he gives the roots props for much music. Yeah. Which I think is like totally cool.
And he also like brings in people that aren't in the CBC world. So it doesn't have to be a CBC person, but he'll still support their shows, and he's a very he's a big pro-Canadian kind of guy.
Now, working with Mr. D,
Jerry
looks, he beat me out for like a commercial, which, you know.
Wait, let's just wait a second. So it was between you and Jerry for the same role? Okay, I was gonna say that.
It was like a whole bunch of us and him, and it's like, why are we here? This is stupid. He's hilarious. Yeah. We're Dempster's bread.
Right, okay.
Oh, we were dying. I mean,
he doesn't have to do anything, and he's funny.
How do you work around him and not just be like on the floor?
He doesn't let you make eye contact. That's really important. And when you turn up, you have to address him as a master D. Yeah, so certain things like that set up the playing field. You know what? It's the first time. Usually, when you go to a set, you sort of hang out in your trailer and you do your own thing. But with the Mr. D set, like you just want to be on set all the time because it's super fun, and there's jokes, and like you've got like the cast is Mark Ford and Darren Rose and Bette McDonald. Like there's such amazing comedians in their own right, and you
really
get to put them all together.
Like it looks like you guys are real teachers.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like it's something that's scripted. Is there a lot of improv?
There's a bit of playfulness, but it's definitely scripted. We have like best writers in the world. We have like Kurt Smeaton and Jesse Gabe, and then Mark's in there as well, and Andrew DeAngelis and Jerry writes as well. Yep. But just like Jonathan Torrens, like Jerry put a great team together.
You got nominated.
And he won. He won Canadian Screen Award.
Oh my gosh,
yeah. So did George. I was kind of thinking I was a lucky charm for a little while.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was like, hire me, and you'll win an award.
Well, I can
no guarantee. Read the fine print. No guarantee.
See, this is was all cohesive.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like try to be.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I've covered enough for people to actually, you know, want to get out there and, you know, check out you on Mr. D, and actually be able to see you on George Strumbo, because you were just hilarious.
Thank
on
you.
On the
Thank
panel.
you.
It's awesome. So,
or they can see the live shows too.
And the live shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
With
yes,
the National Theatre of the World.
Yeah. I definitely am going to have to stick that into my calendar and go and come see you.
Yeah, do. We have some new shows coming up, so I'm excited to sort of launch our new shows. And
perfect.
Yeah.
So, I have a strange little puppy dog question.
Okay, bring it.
Some of my questions that it just kind of like makes you kind of turn your head and kind of go, huh? You know, because you have dogs.
I've seen that look.
You've seen that look.
Yes. Yeah, because they don't speak English yet, which is so challenging.
Yeah, and it's like, don't you think you should be
Shouldn't you be able to speak a couple of words by now?
Something by now.
Lazy puppies.
So my question is, when you get ready as a performer, if you're doing a movie, TV show, your live show, do you have like, you know, a ritual, or do you have to like put something on specifically, or you just like, just hit the ground running?
I would say, it depends on the project, but I would say the best thing for me is to like develop the dynamics with the people I'm working with. So if Matt and I are about to do a show, like we live together, so hopefully we already have some dynamics. But you want to just have jokes. Yeah. So the muscles are sort of limber. It's almost like stretching before you start a race of some sort. And same with like Mr. D. It's why like you want to joke on set, so that when you're, you know, when somebody says action, you're not trying to think of funny stuff. You're actually just, you know, living funny stuff. Yeah. So I like doing that. And then if it's lines, I just try to memorize my lines as best as I can, so I'm not thinking about them, because that's sort of the work of everything. If you can memorize your lines and then forget about them, and then you can just be playful with everything else. It's the best.
Oh, and now I get an opportunity to turn the show over to you. You get to ask me a question about what you would like to know about me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, now it's, you know, I'm warning now, just one, because I'm just one. And, you know, a little saucy.
Okay, just one. Okay, I got it. So let's say they were filming your life.
Oh boy.
And this moment right now is at the end of the film.
Okay.
So what would you think would be like the pivotal moment in your film? Like the turning point?
The turning point. Finally making that decision known to me that the modeling is complete and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
And was that like was there a scene? Was there a point where you were at your modeling agency and were like, nope, I gotta go?
No, it was.
It was just in your head.
Wow, it was. I was at a function. I was doing, you know, a personal appearance, showing up, you know, Simone, RC, making the room look pretty. Which, whatever.
No, look, you did well. I mean, right now, this room would be.
And I'm hanging out, you know, and I'm just going, wow, this sucks. But the more I was talking to other people, what would you think to make this better? And I started realizing I'm interviewing these people. You know, I interviewed my husband when I met him. You know,
of course you did.
Do you
for the part?
You know, do you wear Boston briefs?
That's
you got
right.
a job?
That's
you got
right. You're hired.
Do you live with your mama? You got any babies? Mamas. Yeah. So yeah, it was. It hit, and it was like, wow, this is the gig. Yeah. And when I offered it up to my agent, you know, he's that type. Thankful. Ian Reed, thank you. He's that type that says, okay, we'll go do it. Yeah. Go out there and make me money. Yeah. You know, and then you don't have anywhere to go back. Right. Because he's already shut that door of saying, well, this is what you said.
Go for it.
Bye, go. And then we do it. Yeah. And it's so, you can see it. If it's on the film and you see that movie about my life, and you're just like, you can see that pinnacle of, I went happy, ecstatic, crazy, happy. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I will hopefully be able to have a Naomi 2.0 maybe on in the future. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, see where we are. You heard that. That was like, yeah. So definitely. But good luck with all your projects. I'm excited to see what you do. I'm greatly appreciative and totally blessed. sometimes I just know, put it out in the universe.
Yeah.
And so it'll be written, so it'll be done.
Absolutely.
So it helps out. Lovelies, make sure, check this hot body out. She knows it, she works it, and she's on Mr. D. And she pops on in on George Strombo. Gotta check her out. And I will see you very, very soon out and about. See you later. Hello, lovelies. Thank you again for checking out my lovely interview show called About. Wasn't that amazing? I'm still like, Naomi Snieckus, absolutely fantastic. You need to check her out on the show on CBC. It's Mr. D, and she also gives a little bit of spontaneous humor on George Strombo's panel. It's absolutely fantastic. And we've got big names, up and comers. We got a lot to cover for this season. So definitely make sure you take good care of each other, and I will see you out and about.